Hey, what's up YouTube? It's King Vita here, and I'm back with another review. And this time I'm reviewing the Transformers Generations JetFire. So there is JetFire in his vehicle mode, and you know the routine. Before anything, we'll take a look at the packaging. So there is JetFire. There's the front. There's a vehicle mode, there's a robot mode right there. There's a really cool picture of JetFire right there. It says it transforms in 8 different steps, and it is Transformers Generations on the side. Autobots on the other side. You got a really cool picture of JetFire, which is that same picture here. And it says JetFire. He is an Autobot. Come around the back of the packaging, you have your obligatory product shot. And he transforms in 8 steps. Yay! Yeah. Yeah. So there is JetFire in his robot and vehicle mode. And there's a bio if anybody wants to read that. Go ahead. It's in 4 different languages. Pause the video. It does say JetFire and he is an Autobot. Do not eat anything in this box. It's very bad for you. Very, very bad for you. So, that's basically it for the packaging. Nothing much. There's that. Okay. So there is JetFire in his vehicle mode. And he is a jet. Yeah, it's in the name, JetFire. He is a fighter jet. He does look pretty cool. Got the thrusters in the back. Got the Autobot logo right there and there, if you can see that. There's a cockpit. It even has the landing gear and everything. That's very cool. And he's got his dual blasters here and there. That is awesome. Go on the bottom. There's mostly his robot parts. There's his head right there. These are his arms and legs. And torso. Yeah. So, this is JetFire in his vehicle mode. Now, for size comparison, how big he could be in vehicle mode, or he rather is in vehicle mode. I'll use Shockwave as an example. He's pretty tall in vehicle mode. Way taller than JetFire. I mean, JetFire. Shockwave. Come on. There you go. He's taller than Shockwave for sure. There you go. He's definitely taller than Shockwave. And a lot wider, too. So there's that. But he is a decent size for a jet. Yeah. Go. He's not a bad size at all. Coming a little closer, you have his windshield, which is not really transparent. It's just one flat blue color. but then again, you don't really use this for much other than the transformation. In robot mode, this is useless. This becomes a chest, so... And it's not like this opens or anything. This wasn't made to hold anything, so it's fine. It's okay. They got the grills right there. And they're a silver. They're a nice, shiny silver. Really cool. Really cool stuff. And you got the faux thrusters here. Right there. Which these become the feet. So, yeah. Really nice, vehicle mode. Or alt mode, whatever you want to call it. And the shin guards are the landing gear. They're just, they don't do anything. They're just, if you could see, they're just molded in. They're molded in plastic. So, there's that. So, that's all there is to say about vehicle mode. So, let's transform him. So, first thing you want to do is you want to remove these guns right here, which they peg in here. I have them pegged in here in the arm, but you could also peg him down here in the wing. So, you could have them like this. Or like this. Or if you really wanted to, you could plug them in on the top. Like so. So now you have two guns on top of a jet because that's cool. I'm sure. That looks really, really weird. Especially on a jet, but okay. Hey, it's your toy. Whatever, do whatever you want. So that's cool. So you want to pull these off. So now we can get to transforming him with these off. Now transforming this guy is super simple. He's not overly complicated whatsoever. Stand still, please. Thank you. He's not overly complicated at all. He's very simple to transform. So, what we're going to do is start from back to front, as I've done with my other toys. So first what you want to do is you want to take these parts here, these wingtips that point upward, and just close them up like so. Okay? Next, you want to split the legs, or actually before you do that, you want to unpeg the hands from the wings. Now to do that, you just want to take the forearm and just pull that off, and just extend the hand, the entire arm until it clips into the shoulder here. There's a tiny little peg right here. Let me see if I can. Okay, zoom in here. There's a tiny little peg here that will peg in to this groove right there. You just want to take it, and there you go. Second arm does the exact same thing. You want to unpeg it from the wing and lift it up, and there you go. It should clip into place. Okay. Now, take the legs and you want to split them. But before you want to do that, you want to take the top and pull it up. If it'll actually do it. Come on. There you go. That's better. So you want to take the top and pull it, and these little pegs here will just slide into these little holes on each of the legs. There and there. So just unpeg them like so, and you want to take this will become his back. So this little peg here in the middle will tab in to this slot right here in the cockpit. Simply just take it. There you go. Now, come here to the front. That's what I meant to say. Take the legs and split them. There you go. And each leg will tab in. This leg will tab in here. And this tab on this leg will tab in here. So you split that, and those become the legs. Take the thrusters, and push them back, and there you have one foot. There you have another foot. There you are. So those are his legs. Let me move the camera up because he's getting pretty tall. There you go. Now, take the arms and just, they're on a clickety ratchet joint, and just pull them down. Rotate them down like so. Okay. Now, take the nose cone of the jet. Oh, whoop, before you do that, take the landing gear and just flip it down, and that will push in the nose cone as well. So, see? The nose cone just goes down as well. And that will close up the rest of the way. Okay. Now take the cockpit, and this will open up right here. Right there. Quit moving. Thank you. This little line here will open up. There you go. And it'll just go all the way down, and it will lock into place. This nose cone will lock into place in this big cavity right here. Also, this little tab here is the only thing that's holding this in place. Literally, the only thing holding this in place. If this breaks, which is kind of impossible because it is pretty hard plastic and thick plastic, but if it ever does break, then this will just flop around. So this here, this little tab right there, let me zoom in so you can see better. This little tab right here is the only thing holding this entire section together. So this little hole here, right there, this little groove in there, that's where this will peg into. Okay. So just push this all the way down, revealing his head. There you go. And it should click into place. Now, we're almost done. Take these on the side of his head and just push them up. Like so. Now we're done. And there is JetFire in his robot mode. Let me move this here. There you are. That's better. There is JetFire in his robot mode. He looks pretty good. He's kind of wide, but not too bad, I guess. Very cool. He's got a lot of white on him. Let's take a look at the head sculpt there. There you go. Very nice molded in detail there on the visor. And the molded in detail all around the white figure. Like the white of the toy. A lot of molded in detail. As well as the feet. As well. With the white and red. More of that molded in detail there. There. Come around the back. The back is like, you're not really too focused on the back, so it doesn't really matter. But it does have, it still has some molded in lines here and right there, if you could see that, that, and that. Pretty good stuff. He does have kind of a hollow back, but for what the figure is, it's not bad. And the molded in fingers as well. Each of these fingers are molded in. None of this is none of these are articulated. Yeah, they're all just one molded in piece. That's it. Okay. So, for articulation, his head just moves side to side. Okay. His arms could do a full 360, but his wings kind of get in the way. His wings kind of get in the way. He's got a ratchet joint on his shoulder. Okay. His elbow moves sideways. And nothing on his... No, he doesn't have any wrist movement at all. Legs can go out that far. They can go back that far. And he has a ratchet side movement. Although it's not as noisy as this one. Yeah. You can tell how that's irritating. But yeah, they can go that far sideways. So he could do the full split. Knees does not bend. He cannot bend at the knees. This is just one solid piece. And his legs move, but that's due to transformation. That's just due to transformation. So he's got a bit of articulation on him. It's pretty good. And yeah. Nice. He has a nice, clean look to him. The white and red really stand out and, you know, really make this figure more than it actually is. I just like the combination of the white and red with a little bit of blue, so that's cool. Oh, also, the wings, these holes here, this one, and that one, these are for the wings, and the wings can be placed any way you want them to. I have them like this, but you can easily just pull them off and just move them wherever you want to. Like, if I want to put them here, there you go. Now his wings are angled a little higher. So that's cool. I'm glad that they added that feature. And I think that feature is also available. I'm in the vehicle mode. I didn't really try testing it out, but I'm sure it is. So you have that. You can make them like this. So you can have them angled all the way up, which will look like that. Pretty nice. Although I definitely prefer him like this. Or you could have them like that, straight, angling straight. I prefer in the middle. So there's that. Now we'll take a look at his weapons, which I almost forgot about. And they're these two little blasters. Now these blasters have a, let's take a look at those first. So we got each blaster individually. And they're both the exact same. Just a big flat red. Nothing too special here. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to store these. But maybe there is a way to store them. Yes, there is. Wow, interesting. Okay. So you can have them here, plugged into here. There are many ways to actually store these. You could have them plugged into here in the back, so they look... He looks quite different, actually, with them on. But they don't fall, surprisingly. They actually stay there. Very well secured, very tight. So there's one way of storing them. Or you could have them angle them. You could angle them down if you want to. Hey, why not? It's your toy. And have it like this. Because why not? You could do that. And that gives him a cleaner look. But if you really want to arm him up, you could take them off and plug them to his shoulders here. And have them looking like this. Because that's a thing. Why not? He's going to blast a lot of Decepticons with this. Bang, bang, bang. Or you could pull this off and have him hold it on his hands. And he could be blasting more Decepticons like this. Because that's what he does. He's an Autobot. Autobots don't kill. But Autobots really hurt Decepticons. Because Decepticons are evil. So that's cool. That's very cool that they actually give you the option of holding these of a way to hold these weapons. And, you know, at least there are multiple ways of playing with this guy. So that's just really good stuff. Really nice features that they put into him. He's very simple. He's a very simple toy, but he has a bit of quite a lot of features built in, so you'll have a great time playing with this. So this is really good stuff. And there's really nothing too dangerous about this figure. I mean, you could have a little kid play with this and it'll be just fine. There's nothing too serious that a kid will, you know, get hurt or something like that. Unless he's directly playing with these. But they're not sharp at all. They're not pointy. They're rounded, actually. So this is completely safe to play with. Very, very cool stuff. I'm glad that they thought of that. So there you have that. Let me, actually, no, let me just add the guns. Let me keep the guns on him, because he looks cool like that. There you are. Now, for comparison, here he is with Shockwave. And he's roughly the same size as Shockwave. He's a bit wider because of the wings. But he's fairly the exact same size, actually. Here he is with Transformers Siege, War for Cybertron, Optimus Prime. That's how they look together. Here he is with the one, the only, the greatest, Mr. Refractor. And he just towers over Refractor. Yoink. Go. Not today. Get off. You stay there. You stay there. You already got a review. You already got a review. You stay there. Here he is next to Lord Barris. Just so you can see how big he is. He's considerably taller. So he's a fairly decent size. He's a fairly decent size figure, and I like it. So, final thoughts. Should you buy this figure? Yes. I think he looks great. The white kind of clashes with everything because, or maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just my setup. Because my setup, everything's white. So, I guess, besides my logo, everything's white. So it kind of clashes with everything. But if there's like a normal, if you live in a normal room and not as much white as my setup or my, recording room, you have a fairly, very nice figure that stands out above everything, because it has so much white. It stands out and towers just over. It doesn't tower. It's not it's not that big a figure, but it looks good. It stands out because of the bright colors and the blue, the really dark. The only thing, in my opinion, the only thing balancing out all the white and all the eye-popping colors is the blue, because you have a lot of blue. You have a lot of blue. You have a lot of white, and you have a lot of red. And the only thing actually standing out here are the feet, the visor, and the cockpit. Because if you look at his feet, they're black. But his cockpit is blue. I don't know how well the camera could catch this, but it is blue for sure. And his visor is also blue. Like I said, I don't know if my camera will catch it, but it is blue. It is blue. And the mouthpiece is silver. So, excuse me. Got the sniffles. But yes, very nice figure. Very, very nice looking figure as well. And he just looks really good in any collection, in my opinion. His transformation, while his transformation is super simple, so he does lack on the transformation department, because it's so easy. Anyone can transform him to and from robot mode. But I guess that's what makes it fun. You like transforming this. This toy wasn't made for collecting. This toy was made for playing. So, this toy was made to be transformed into and out of robot mode. So, you're not going to have any trouble there. So yes, definitely recommend this figure if you're into Transformers, or somebody that's into Transformers and want to get this figure. And a very nice looking JetFire for your Transformers collection if you don't have them yet. Again, I picked him up at mostly Walgreens. Excuse me. I mostly picked him up at Walgreens, so that's where I get most of my Transformers, or at least all of my Transformers toys. And he does go for fairly cheap. If you see him, pick him up. He is really, really good. Things to make note of, as I said, are, be very careful with these right here. But you're not going to have any trouble. You're not going to have any trouble. This is perfect for playing, and yeah. Very, very well made figure. Especially for the price you're getting him for. Very, very cheap. And the simplistic transformation. So there's that. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to talk about JetFire here. So with that said, there is Transformers Generations JetFire. And this King Vita saying, laters.